Sir Schnee! Blake! Hello!
Your Majesty.
Weiss wanted to see more of the castle. I hope that's permissible.
Of course! You two are court members. Nowhere in the castle is off limits to you.
I was just admiring the portraits. Do you know their history at all?
A little. This one, Glinda was telling me...
Your Majesty?
I'm fine.
Here! I'm here!
What?
Ruby, are you sure everything is alright?
No. You didn't hear that?
Down here! I'm still...
You look pale.
None of you can hear that? That strange voice?
Well, what is the voice saying to you? Is it another warning from Crescent Rose? Will there be another attack soon?
No, this feels different. It's telling me to... never mind. I'm probably just... There's no way to say this without sounding crazy, is there? I think we need to double down on the magic throne power lessons, Glinda. I think I'm hearing Crescent Rose's voice right about... here.
So Crescent Rose is speaking to you. This doesn't have to bode ill for you, Your Majesty. Perhaps you could even see it as a gift.
Well, I guess it's a step up from the occasional anxiety attacks I get.
Or when the visions come in the form of a nightmare.
Or when those vines made her mark a spot on the map in her own blood.
This power of yours grows more interesting by the day.
You mean more irritating?
So what's the voice in your head telling you to do again?
It wants me to go down.
Down? Down where?
Further into the castle.
It's just saying go down, into the dark, whatever that means.
So perhaps to the dungeons.
Why don't you just go where it feels right, and we'll follow you?
We're going to obey the terrifying specter whispering secrets into her head?
Sure, why not? If it leads her anywhere dangerous, we'll be there to make sure she doesn't get hurt.
Well, how can we argue against logic like that?
We don't have to if you don't want to.
I am curious to see if it leads us anywhere.
Let's treat this as an opportunity to practice your lessons, Rose. Maybe with this, you'll be able to hone your control over Crescent Rose. It will be useful in case something like this happens again when you're alone.
This tapestry shows the Rose family, doesn't it?
Yeah. I guess this shows the history of my family and the Grimm.
The Rose family has always protected the people of the plane against darkness. Whether by commanding their armies or consulting their own power, they fight back against the Grimm.
That's the mark of true nobility. Taking charge, leading your people from the front lines.
Careful, Sir Schnee. You sound dangerously close to paying us a compliment.
Oh dear, a sand gnat seems to be flittering around my ear. It would be wise to quit while it's ahead, lest I swat it.
If you don't want to hear more, I can certainly oblige. Otherwise...
Well, that's big.
I have to agree. I've never seen a tapestry so grandiose. A genealogical chart. But whatever is it doing in this dusty old corridor? It should be preserved, at the least, or hung in the throne room.
So each leaf is a member of your family?
Yeah. Looks like the biggest ones stand for the first kings and queens of the Rose family line.
The smaller leaves must be their children.
And their children's children, too.
And this one is...
Mother was an only child, like I am.
Man, this thing must be ancient.
It's absolutely filthy.
I wonder how long she did reign.
Roseark was the first Rose monarch, and she lived and ruled for a very long time.
She looks a lot like you, Ruby.
I guess. If I had longer hair, and if I were older, and more mature. Huh? A breeze? Is it coming from behind the painting? Yes, that's definitely wind, but where? How? Why do you have to be so heavy, huh? Come on, just move!
Your Majesty, what are you doing?
Finding out what this thing is hiding. This is why Crescent Rose brought me here. I just know it. Stupid piece of... Ow, ow, ow. That was stupid. Can't even hear the wind anymore. Did I just imagine it all?
You didn't. I heard it too.
Want me to give it a try?
Yeah, if you want. Wait, hold on! Oh no! I think I pressed too hard. Did I break it?
A secret passage.
Just what kind of castle is this?
This is remarkable.
I'm here.
We need to go down there. But what if the door closes behind us?
You'd be trapped down there. Forever!
Aang, shut up!
It's deep, but I can't tell how deep. I guess mysterious passages aren't my forte.
Spiral staircases are hard to come by in the forest of this plane?
I wonder what your forests look like if you believe otherwise.
That voice.
The spooky one?
Yeah.
Think it's related to the spooky staircase?
Okay. 2 of you come with me, and 1 person waits here. And someone else, please go fetch Ozpin. And Oob, 2 now that I think about it. All the court members. If we don't come back in 30 minutes, or the door closes behind us, call for a rescue.
There shouldn't be any danger greater than being locked in down there, but I shall accompany you just in case.
Good. Sir Shni, if you don't mind accompanying me as well?
Of course. I'll protect you from anything we might encounter.
Thanks.
This doesn't bode well.
What?
My wand won't produce light.
A magic lantern?
It must have been left behind by whoever built this stairwell.
How interesting. Intended only for the rose heir, it seems. I would prefer to take point, the better to protect you. But if you must lead us, well, I suppose that is its own sort of fitting. Lead on, my queen.
Ugh.
How strange. Whoa, what the?
Don't stop so suddenly. I nearly knocked you over.
Sorry.
Well, at least we seem to have arrived at our destination.
What is this place? This is kind of disappointing, actually.
Let's look around.
Why all this trouble for an empty room?
Maybe everything hidden here was already moved out long ago?
But the room is so small. There's gotta be a secret hiding here. What? The walls. This room used to be completely filled with roses.
Underground? How?
Magic, most likely.
Just regular old suits of armor. Are they supposed to be decoration, or...?
They seem solid. Do you think something's inside?
I hope not.
Your Majesty, take a close look at those suits of armor. There's an inscription here. It wasn't there before, but when you passed your lantern over it.
I can't quite make it out.
Ruby! Get back!
A secret room inside the secret room?
A bit excessive, don't you think?
Yeah. I guess you need this lantern to open the path. Now that I think about it, there were a lot of regular lanterns on the path.
And only a rose could find the right one? A simple lock was too much effort.
Let's check it out. Oh, the lights are on.
Hmm.
Some kind of workshop? But for what?
Puzzling, to be sure.
Let's split up and look for clues. I've read this one. In bits and pieces.
It's mostly philosophy, with some conjecture on the nature of aura and its interaction with dust. It isn't on the list of suggested readings I've given you.
I didn't do it for homework. It was just interesting to read. Some kind of journal?
In the darkness, it is the moon that guides us, protects us. In our garden of roses, it is under the crescent that we can flourish. By what virtue do we bear souls? What is this aura? Only the creatures of Grimm lack it, and so they spite us. But do they envy our aura or more? Common animals possess some primitive aura, proof enough that it is not uniquely human, though the fawns stand as clear evidence regardless. Plants, also, I have observed, exhibit this force, and I would swear that as I walk these halls the very stones acknowledge me in their own way. Metals of note gold and copper resonate with aura held close, sympathetic to a force they do not naturally hold. All things hold that which Grimm lacks, so why spite humanity?
Good question.
Visited Beak today. How strange that my once little niece now has the Rose Court bowing to her every command. Your Majesty, they hem and haw. It was all I could do to contain my laughter. She has proven herself, by all means, but I suppose she will always be my little Edie, sneaking down the staircase to see what toys I was cobbling that eve. I think she knew that was why I presented her with the mechanical horse. A toy, yes, but one she can make prance on a whim, like the court itself. She needn't know the contraption was simply one of my outdated prototypes, polished up and gilt for appearance's sake. She looked at me and smiled, delighted and understanding. A crystal moment not even the quiet scoffing of the ignorant court could dull. I knew, then, that she remembered. Oh, but to be remembered. At the end of all things, I ask only for this. But I tempt fate to ask another, for if I am remembered, I pray it is with a smile as sweet as hers.
So these are just toys? For their niece?
The lingering horror, dawning like a bloody sun, revisits us with the constancy of the same. What foul beasts, these grim intruders, our paralysis of fear of the yawning oblivion made manifest, made malicious. We cannot escape, not even if all the Beowulf and Ursa and all of the lingering shadows are burnt away by our providence, for our inevitable mortality, our erasure and cessation, shall linger on, in wait for us to stumble ignorant into its grasp. In a good world, this horror would linger still and taint our souls, poison our intellects. Mine is the pure pursuit. If all else, if we smite the shadows and walk hand in hand with our neighbors in peace, even if all else is said and done, oblivion shall linger. But should my path be correct, then the question of our erasure shall find a retort sharp and defiant, and not even the grim shall spite us.
Kind of ominous.
Beak has fallen ill.
Still no clues about who built this place. Or what happened. I should keep looking.
Ruby, a moment?
Of course.
It's these blueprints. Have you looked at them?
Just this one about the lamps. It's powered by dust. Isn't that wasteful?
Let me see. It's as I thought. Dust has always been expensive, but this design is exceedingly efficient. The light is brighter and clearer, you see. So you need fewer lamps than with oil, and hardly any dust would be needed to maintain them. Long term, it would be far more economical than oil.
Really?
Part of my training involves understanding the principles behind these systems, as well as the history of their development. Take pride in refining our craft. We even have lamps similar to this one. But these blueprints, they are at least 100 years old, maybe more. In spite of this, their use of dust is exceedingly advanced. Of course, there are areas here where I could suggest vast improvements, but in the same breath, there are concepts here that turn modern understanding of dust use on its head. Look here.
This is like the sigils in your armor.
On the contrary, my sigils respond to my aura to enact an outward effect, so to speak. These arrays respond to aura to create internal changes. They're automatons, Ruby.
What's an automaton?
A mechanical person. A puppet.
Oh,
These patterns are far more subtle than what my own style seeks to achieve. They are extremely refined. Elegant, little waste. They simply moved the puppets as directed.
the guards at the door. They must have used these patterns.
Indeed. Proof of concept, as it were. And considering how economic their dust use is, why, one could build an army of automatons, loyal only to the Rose Throne.
Wow.
How tragic that this research has been lost for so long. Sleepless sentinels to ward against the grim. How many lives could have been saved?
Let's take this to Ublek. You might be able to decipher some of the more complicated stuff.
As you wish.
Is there anywhere else I haven't looked? Really hope that's not some kind of weird shrine.
It's me.
It's glowing? Why is...
Ruby! Hold on! Ruby!
You're here.
Did I black out? My head. I guess I did. Thank goodness for small favors, I guess. Where am I? How far did I fall? Weiss? Can you hear me? It's no good. I can't even see any light up there. A secret chamber inside a secret chamber. Figures. Must be far below the castle. There must be another exit somewhere.
You're here at last!
What is this place? Some kind of theater? Really don't know if I want to see what's playing tonight.
I'm here! I'm here! Can you hear me?
Hello? Is anyone there?
Yes, I am here! I'm still here!
It's coming from that stage ahead of me. I wish I had Little Thorn right now. I'm coming over to you!
Thank you.
Ah! Ah! What? What is this place? Is this supposed to be the Summer Rose Court? Oh. You must be Itubag. What happened here? Somehow I don't think you'd have wanted any of this. Hello? Voice?
Yes, I'm here.
Hello?
Hello! So you can hear me! I'm so glad! Come, sit with me. Well, I can't sit. But please, it's been so long since someone wanted to talk to me.
Okay. Sorry. I I thought you were a message from Crescent Rose. I didn't actually expect to find a person?
Oh, my apologies. I'm so sorry to have distracted you.
It's okay. Can I ask what you're doing here? In that box?
Oh, well, I killed my friend.
What?
It was very sad. I woke up one day and she was dying, and they said it was all my fault. They were very smart people, the smartest. So they put me in here because when you do bad things, you get put in boxes.
Prison?
Yes, but I'm a secret, so I'm in a secret prison. My friend said it wasn't my fault, but my father said it was, and he's the smartest.
You still spoke to your friend? Weren't you in this box?
Yes, but she was like you. She was the queen, so we could talk, just like I talked to you earlier.
Do you mean Edubug?
Yes, that was her. Such a friend I did not deserve. I wasn't allowed to talk to anyone, but we talked anyway. Don't tell anyone. That's our secret.
I won't tell anyone.
Thank you. I'm sorry for bothering you. It's just, I've been here for a long time. They said they'd come back for me, and I trust them, but it's been so quiet. But then I felt the Crescent Rose surge up, and I knew there was a new heir. A strong one who could properly attune to the spirit. Not like the others. Not like them at all.
So you called out to me. So, hang on. You can feel Crescent Rose?
Why, yes. Can you?
Well, yes, of course I can.
Oh, congratulations. That's very rare. Usually only the queen can.
I am the queen.
Well, then that explains how you felt Crescent Rose. Marvelous.
What are you?
Lots of things. I'm a good listener, I'm great at I Spy, I'm the last record holder in counting, I got past 260 once, you know.
No, I mean, what are you? Are you a ghost?
I don't think so. If I were, they would have been happy and not put me here.
So what are you?
I don't know. I never asked.
It's not something you really ask about.
Isn't it? Fascinating.
How long have you been waiting?
Oh, a very long time. But I fell asleep for a lot of it. Not much to do except sleep with this sword in me.
The sword is keeping you there? Does it hurt?
Why, yes. It's killing me, in fact. It's quite the contraption. But too much of anything is bad for you, they say, so it's to be expected. I feel like I've learned a lot.
Oh, I'm glad.
Can I ask a question of my own?
Sure. Why not?
It's something my friend said to me once. Laws are there to protect people and punish people who do bad things, but they have to be fair laws. I killed her, and so they put me here for a long, long time. But is that fair?
Well, if you did kill her, that's a crime called regicide. It's very serious. But it sounds like you never got a trial?
What's a trial?
Definitely didn't get a trial. As far as I know, the punishment for murder is life imprisonment. Life being about 60 years. How long have you been in this box?
I don't know. But, after my friend Edubag passed away, I felt 4 new roses attuned to the throne. 5, perhaps. Then I fell asleep because nobody could hear me. So there might have been more. I woke up because of you.
So, way over 60 years.
If it's not too much trouble, all things being equal, of course, I would like to leave.
This isn't right. I know it's a huge gamble, but whatever your crime, you've been punished enough. I'll let you out as long as you promise to, be good and follow my lead?
Oh, absolutely, yes. Thank you. Ow!
Sorry.
It's okay. It just surprised me. Keep going. It hurts, but I'm interested to see if it will hurt less when it's out.
Okay. It's stuck. Gonna have to pull harder. Tell me when you're ready.
Ready.
Okay. 3, 2, 1!
It's almost out.
Got it! No!
Oh, is it always this dark outside of boxes?
You've still got a sheet on your head.
Oh, so I do. So this is the outside. This is much nicer.
A mechanical person?
Salutations! My name is Miss Pendrake, humble servant of the Rose family. But please, call me Penny. Are you mute? That's perfectly fine. Simply point the way.
No, I'm just surprised. It's nice to meet you, Penny. My name is Ruby.
Oh, it's my pleasure entirely. May I ask, have you seen the Queen?
Penny, I'm the Queen. We were talking just a second ago.
Oh, I thought you sounded familiar. I didn't want to make assumptions. It's impolite. This is walking, right? How fun!
Penny, I think you're bleeding.
Oh, there's a hole in me. Not to worry. You may not have noticed, but my body is closer to that of an automaton than a human. What would be a serious injury to others is but a scratch. Dear me.
Oh, you really are made of metal.
My apologies. My energy distribution seems to be fluctuating.
It's the wound, isn't it? We need to do something about it.
We do? So when in pain, then do something about it. Understood.
Here, take this cloth and push it hard against the wound. Try to plug up the hole.
Okay.
Well, whatever works for you. Sit up. I'm gonna bandage you. Okay, I have no idea if this will help. How do you feel?
Sensational. I feel more stable now. So, this is where I've been sleeping all this time? Oh, it's the laboratory. Whatever has happened to it? The lights used to be so bright, white and amber. And where have all the machines gone? Hardly any science can be done with so little equipment.
I'll take your word for it. I don't even know why everything here was torn up and turned into this weird theater.
Oh, my friend spoke to me of theaters. So, this is the theater now. Or rather, a facsimile.
Penny, do you need a moment alone?
No, I've had enough of that.
I didn't mean I'd leave you behind. You just look like you needed some space to think.
I think that it would be nice to leave. I've never been outside the laboratory. It will be an adventure.
Okay, let's go. Do you know if this is the right way or not?
I'm sorry, I don't. But this does seem to be where many of the scientists would come out of every day.
So it's got to lead somewhere. How long is this passage? The biggest mystery here is how they had any time to work with this commute.
Penny? They forgot. They really forgot about me, didn't they?
I don't know, Penny.
Maybe they had a reason. Oh, maybe it's because I'm very small. I don't take up much space, and sometimes people forget the small things. My friend Ediabag said that once.
Maybe they couldn't return.
What do you mean?
I found a study connected to the lab. It was like whoever owned it just walked out for some air. Doesn't explain why the laboratory was torn up like that. There might be answers out there.
Hey, look! The exit!
Really? It's really decayed. I can't believe it still works. Well, sort of. Do you think that gap is big enough to squeeze through?
It seems to be. Poor thing. It used up the last of its energy to let us out. Sleep well, Sir Dor.
I'm amazed it was still working at all.
Many things woke when you took the throne, Ruby. Like me, and the Crescent Rose, and the doors? Yes, the doors also. You're very popular.
Well, lucky me then. I think I see some light up ahead. We're out.
Yay!
Welcome to the outside, Penny. Do you like it?
It's very different. These are trees, and there's so many. Is this a forest?
Yep. And I think I know where we are too. Follow me.
Affirmative.
There it is. It's the same road that we used to get to Beacon from the desert. We're only about an hour's walk away, thank goodness. I'm actually relieved. Last time I was here, I don't think I could have been dreading it more.
It's beautiful. Though, I think I need to sit down now.
Sure. Take your time. Today must be pretty overwhelming.
This is more than I can ask for, but even so, can I ask for one more thing? May I stay with you for a while longer?
I didn't break you out of that crate just to send you away now. The castle can be your new home if you'd like. My family did something terrible to you, and I want to make it right. We'll find you some answers.
I would like that. Thank you.
Yang? Yang!
Little Rose! You're safe.
Can't breathe.
Sorry.
I thought we'd lost you.
It's okay. I'm okay now. How'd you know I was here?
You can thank Oobleck. We tried following you down the shaft you fell into, but the tunnel had collapsed. He had a bunch of ancient maps of the castle in the area, and gave us a list of locations where old evacuation tunnels used to lead. Looks like you had quite an adventure, little Rose.
More than you realize.
They must have carved out the escape tunnel to make space for the lab. It's kind of quiet out here, so it makes sense why nobody in the castle remembers it. And they built a mechanical girl that can talk?
She's over here. I'll introduce you to her. Penny! Look who... Penny? Penny! What's happened? Is it the wound? Yang, help me prop her up.
Sure.
Ruby, I'm very tired. Perhaps Theodora felt the same, woken up by you long enough to help you be free. I think I might not have been sleeping all this time.
Penny, stay with me.
What's the matter with her?
I don't know. I don't know how she works, but there's notes in the study. Yang, we need to get her back to the castle right now.
We'll put her on Celica.
Then let's go. Penny, you're gonna be okay.
Understood.
Ruby! I'm so glad you're okay.
Yes, John. I'm fine.
Everyone thought you were gonna end up vanishing for another 7 years. Some Queen's Guard I am. I shouldn't have let you out of my sight.
It's okay, Rookie. It all happened so fast. Another pair of eyes wouldn't have done much to help.
Your Majesty, it's a great relief to see you unharmed. Someone from the gates said you found a wounded person out in the forest?
Yes, but it's complicated. It's best if you saw for yourself.
How fascinating. I've seen simple automatons move, with aura, but nothing this complex. By all accounts, she's alive. And she has a connection to Crescent Rose.
How can you tell?
I'm still faintly connected as well. So were you, when you were born. Only one person can be attuned to Crescent Rose at a time, but it holds an influence over many people. Including our strange new friend. Our creators managed to emulate some kind of shared trait within the royal bloodline. They must have been trying to create a substitute channeler for Crescent Rose. One who wouldn't suffer the consequences a usurper would. Why was this hidden?
Husband, she's dying. Those questions will need to wait. I'm sorry.
Of course, I understand. But Penny is far beyond anything I've ever seen. I fear that only her creators would have the expertise needed to restore her now.
Not necessarily.
Sir Schnee!
Sir! I know you told me to tell you as soon as the Queen arrived, but I...
A reverse dust aura interaction. Impressive.
Do you know how to help her?
Perhaps. After you fell and the search party was sent out, I looked through the hidden study for any clues that might help us. There were a great deal of notes on automatons. I see them echoed here. This girl is the culmination of their research, between the documentation and a closer study of her mechanics. bring her to the lab. Send for Oobleck as well. Ask him to bring the documents we recovered.
Sir Schnee, thank you.
It's too early for thanks, but I should be able to stabilize her. It will bring us enough time to develop a long-term solution. You! Don't just stand there! I'm going to need extra hands.
Yes, sir!
Should I go with them?
No way. You look like you're about to collapse. You won't be much good at moral support if they have to keep telling you to take a nap.
I suppose not.
We'll need to discuss the particulars of what you discovered as soon as you are able. But by all means, rest first.
No, I'm okay. It's better for me if I fill you in while it's still fresh in my mind.
Very well. Shall we at least discuss it somewhere more comfortable?
Let's go to the library.
Ruby. Oobleck was right about the escape route, I take it.
More or less. The trapdoor led to a cavern that was refurbished into a laboratory.
I see. It's good to see you're safe, at least.
I was about to discuss what happened with Ozpin. You're welcome to sit in.
Of course.
We should send a team to survey as soon as we can.
I'll help.
You're pretty eager.
Miss Belladonna has been investigating documents discovered in the study. We believe they are records of experimentation on people, primarily the faunus.
That's the kind of research that went into building Penny?
Blake.
We will also need to recover the remains of Queen Edubeog and make proper funerary arrangements.
The owner of the study and the laboratory was her uncle, right? It was all written down in this diary of his.
Back then, the Rose lineage was a lot more robust. She could have had a lot of uncles.
It's true, she did. But she only had a few of direct royal blood. It shouldn't be difficult to trace the records to find who was responsible.
I'm responsible. I'm the last Rose, so whatever problems this ancestor of mine created, I've got to fix it.
Ruby.
The next item then is...
The next item is Ruby takes a nap.
Yang!
It's probably not a bad idea.
Not you too!
Agreed. You should take the opportunity to rest. You'll be the first to know when there's an update on Penny's condition.
Fine.
have was is not your own.
I know, and if giving it back were to bring my friend back, I would, but I didn't get to choose.
If you harm my current vessel, if one drop of rose blood spills to the earth because of your actions,
then it will only be after I am broken beyond hope of recovery. I am but a servant of the Rose Throne, her servant, and yours. Please.
Leave me alone. 5 more minutes.
Understood.
Thanks. Wait, Penny?
I'll go get that.
Ruby, that Penny girl's gone
Queen Ruby has decreed that she be allowed 5 more minutes of rest.
Okay, but Weiss was...
Penny?
4 minutes, 40 seconds remain. Please rest, Your Majesty. I will make sure you are not interrupted in the meantime.
Forget about me for a second. What about you? You're feeling better?
Oh, yes. My condition has improved considerably. Sershni was most capable. My energy levels and fluctuation rates seem to be much more stable. She has expressed a desire to perform further work later, but as I was in functioning condition, I decided to look for you.
She said you were okay to be walking around?
Oh, I did not have the opportunity to ask.
So you just walked off? But Penny, I think Yang was looking for you.
Oh.
Let's go tell everyone you're all right.
You still have 3.5 minutes.
Something bothering you?
Yes, it is difficult to put it in words. Sershni did a wonderful job, but I can already feel it being undone.
What do you mean?
It is as if I am an hourglass, and my sand is seeping from a crack I cannot see. My aura is still draining.
Weiss wasn't able to fix it?
But she did. Now I'm the same as everybody else. My lifespan is limited. I'm winding down, little by little.
How much longer do you have?
It's hard to predict. I'll probably still be here tomorrow, but I can't be sure. But then again, you might not be here tomorrow. We can't be sure of that either.
But you've lived for so many years inside the box.
Lived in a box? I think I was always dying, a little bit. There is so much I don't know. But at the very least, I know what living is. To see the sky, to go where I choose, to hold your hand, that's certainly not dying. 1.5 minutes of rest left, by the way.
I rested enough. There's no need to waste time, right? I want to introduce you to the rest of the Summer Rose Court. How does that sound?
Sensational.